Hey guys, welcome back to my special coverage of the NASL Finals. This is the semifinals between this is not Sen. This is between TSL's Puma, who's spawning down here, the bottom right of Backwater Gulch. He's going to be fighting Startail July, who is spawning in the bottom left, so the closest positions you can get between these two bases. And this should prove to be another interesting game. Game 1 was a lot of fun to watch. I hope you guys did see that. And again, this is from NASL Season 1 Finals, and I'm casting these because they released the replays. So I love when organizations do that, so people can get an opportunity to watch these replays from every angle that they may not have seen in the original broadcast, or if they don't have access to those original broadcasts, they can watch them on their own or through casters such as myself. So I'm really appreciative of NASL for doing that, and I highly recommend that you guys purchase the Season Pass for NASL Season 2, which starts at the end of August. Season 1 passes were $25. I would imagine Season 2 passes are going to be the same price, but that's amazing prices for like a couple months, 2-3 months of high level StarCraft play. So I really recommend you guys pick those up and check that out. Now this is on Backwater Gulch, which NASL had in their map pool, and a lot of people weren't really fans of it. It has now been removed from the ladder, so we can see it is the Blizzard version, at least as far as I can tell. Their picture, when you're loading up the map, is actually different from the map layout, so that was a little strange. But anyway, we're seeing the same thing out of July as last game. He's going to go hatch first, and Puma is going for just a barracks on the normal timing. It looks like, well, it doesn't look like, he did indeed go gas first, which he did in the first game, straight into Reactored Hellions and into Banshees, but his July's defense in particular was just way too good in holding that off. July had outstanding defense that game, which seems weird that Zerg, the unit that floods out the race that floods out units, would be the one defending, but indeed he was defending, and he was doing an amazing job of it, really holding on throughout the entire game, allowing very minimal damage throughout the game. And Puma's macro, as a result, was behind July's. July just walked in there and killed him as soon as he had the forces while Puma's army was out. Here's the factory coming up and a reactor coming down once again. And this will be 4 Reactored Hellions, I would figure. And there's 1 Marine out to deny scouting of this drone, and that's great because I don't think July Zerg has any information right now as far as what's going on in Puma's base. July, for the most part, should know that Puma is here, considering that Marine was there. But I'm wondering later in the life of StarCraft if we're going to see more plays in which people will rally their Marine to strange places if they know they haven't been scouted yet to try and fake the other player out. So that would be interesting to see. I'm not sure if that'll ever happen. It could just be me, dreaming, hoping that cool stuff like that will start happening. The 1 Marine is getting pretty brave, running down here and seeing what's going on. There are a few Zerglings out, so if that Marine is not careful, it's going to get surrounded and killed by those Zerglings pretty easily. This could be a fake. It could be this Marine rallying up here to try and fake out July Zerg, to think that a bunker rush is coming, to force more Zerglings out and more spine crawlers, but July Zerg really doesn't bite on that. He kind of calls the bluff. There are now Reactored Hellions coming out, and this Zergling knows the Zergling is going to get burnt up, and decides to sit there and keep poking at the supply depot, which it indeed does. You can see a nice little barbecue of that one Zergling, but rather than anybody eating it, it's just going to disappear, as we can see. So I don't know if that's what exactly happens in real life if a Zergling were to get burned up. Here comes 1 SCV, I think, to just grab this watchtower. I'm not sure where he's going to go. Yes, and the 2 Hellions are rallying into the base, so basically the same build as last time. So July Zerg is obviously practiced against this. Nice shot on those Zerglings, putting 2 of them in the red. He's probably going to wait for a little more reinforcements, and this Overlord positioning here is going to see that those Hellions are coming. So that first Marine that came out was just trying to deny vision of July so that he could hopefully rally a few Hellions out here before July would have any vision of what's going on. July's responding by putting down 10 Zerglings. 1 more Queen is on the way. And, whoa, did I miss? Yes, there's a second factory putting out Reactored Hellions. So this is going to be a huge Hellion push here from Puma. July Zerg does not have any Roach Warrens or anything down right now, just going for Zerglings, which do have speed finished now, and there's only 1 Spine Crawler. He does have at least 1 extra Queen, at least I thought I saw it in production there, unless he was just producing the one for his main. So he must have missed a queen timing that would be normal for this kind of Zerg play. He's rallying a bunch of Hellions here, which is really smart. He's showing Hellions as if he's only on one reactored factory, and he's now putting down his orbital command a lot earlier than last game. The difference between this game and last is that Puma followed this up with a Banshee, and hold on that thought, while these Hellions come in here, this is so scary for Jelizerg right now. This is tons and tons of Hellions. Jelizerg has no way to fight this right now. There is Baneling's Nest coming up here, but it is not going to be done in time. Jelizerg has to pull drones, and they all line up in a nice straight line so that Puma can just waste them. Holy crap. This could be the end of the game right here, as Puma is really taking it to Jelizerg this game. Look how many Hellions are in the red. He needs to stay away from the Spine Crawler. But more Hellions are now rallying here. Jelizerg has to pull drones, which is terrible against Hellions. Look at all these drones falling. And that's 27 worker kills so far. As we check out the action once more, look at this worker line, conga line, all burns up all at the same time. Jelizerg is decimated, 19 supply right now. So that good defense we saw in the earlier game is all for naught right now. Jelizerg is getting completely wasted. A couple of Zerglings come out here once again. More Zerglings rally. He should probably clean this up if he gets decent surrounds, but he's not. He's just kind of following them around and poking at the back one. One more Zergling. No! There's still a bunch of Hellions left in Jelizerg's base, and these Hellions are going to end the game. Jelizerg cannot come back from this. If he does quit, good game. Puma evens the series at 1. I'm just going to go through the game here really quickly. Jelizerg made the huge mistake of not scouting into his opponent's base with this Overlord. And I know a lot of people say, yeah, you should scout in about 7 minutes. But you know what? You could lose to stuff like this because this stuff was ready to go before 7 minutes. And Jelizerg would need to start a Roach Warren in response. So I would like to see this Overlord floating in against either Terran or Protoss at like 5:30 is when it needs to come in, not 7-8 minutes, because 5:30 is a good turning point to say, well, I mean, this is the kind of production that you're going to have if you're going to harass me before I have my next level of tech up. Or if you're doing it against Protoss, that's when you're going to see their extra gateways. That's when you're going to see their Stargate if they're putting one down early. That's when you're going to see their Nexus, finishing up. And you need to get that in there earlier, and Jelizerg didn't. So it's really where he kind of fell short in this game. He could have done with a couple more Spine Crawlers now that once he saw those Hellion numbers building up. But that was such a smart play of Puma to just rally his extra Hellions right here and then come in all together to make Jelizerg think that he was still only on one reactored factory. So if you let those Hellions go unchecked, they're going to walk into your base and melt faces, as we saw in that game. So the series is now 1-1. Join me for Game 3, which should be right after this. I'm planning on uploading this whole series all at once. And we will see exactly what unfolds in this. And again, this is the NASL Finals. The winner receives $50,000, so a huge prize payout. This is a great, great tournament. I hope you guys enjoy these games. I hope you'll enjoy the ones that are to come. Stay tuned.